You people are about to hear you people are about to hear a very, very frustrated veteran, former Navy SEAL, governor, entertainer, citizen of this country, have his literal constitutional rights revoked and removed from him. The sentiments that Jesse Ventura has, believe it or not, is the sentiments of the majority of the people who are U.S. veterans who have served in this country, and they've gotten out because they understand exactly what's going on. I keep trying my best to tell y'all over and over again, this country's been hijacked. I want to say something right here that's going to offend a lot of you people simply because you're not students of history and you simply won't research anything that anybody says. You know, we are governed by feelings and emotions rather than truth and facts. But nevertheless, I'm going to say it anyway. Everything that America is experiencing right now, the blacks through Jim Crow laws and segregation here in this country, we've already been through. We've been through it many years ago. And everything you're experiencing right now, you're experiencing what the blacks in this country have been experiencing ever since our foot has stepped place on this soil. It's just that now the corruption of the government it's widespread. It's everywhere. Now it's hitting your home. I told you once, I said 1,000 again, this is not a free country. And when you see people in the 68 Olympics, and a lot of people don't remember that. I was just a very, very little boy. And I remember that, and I had it in my mind way back then. Why are these black men standing up with their fist up in the air during these Olympics games? I've always asked myself that question. Well, I'm not a boy no more. I'm a man. I'm a veteran, former U.S. paratrooper, citizen. And I tell you, when you see Tommy Smith and John Carlos in them 68 Olympics hold their hand like that and their fist up in the air, they send a message. I think the problem is that now America is just now beginning to understand the message that they understood a long time ago. And I believe that Jesse Ventura means business, and I think that he's sending a shout out over the bow to our country and the Congress to let you people know that you have no constitutional rights, like I've been telling you. Your courts are hijacked by the corporations. And everything that you ever believed and ever thought about America is a farce. It's a flat out lie. I mean, I remember when I got out of the military, I came home and I spent 10 years in there. And I said to myself, after viewing these ungrateful and unthankful people, I said, I cannot believe I actually went and put my butt on the line for these folks here in this country, especially in this town that I live in. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I want you to hear what Jesse Ventura had to say. And I'll say this again. That's the reason why it has to be us as a nation. I'm talking about the people who are awake in mind, body, soul, spirit, and conscience. You're going to have to get rid of the stupid normacy bias that we all seem to be operating by at some point in our lives. You're going to have to get past your sorry feelings and emotions that you can't even make sense of because they're like the waves of the sea. They're just as unstable as water in the ocean. And we're going to start dealing with truth and facts. And we're going to stop being so easily manipulated and coerced in our conscience and mind because somebody says something we don't like. Well, hell, you're getting ready to experience a lot of things in this country that you don't like, and what your feelings and emotions are going to do about it then. I think that Jesse Ventura sending a message out to all the real true people who understand what's going on. There is no such thing as a country called the United States of America. USA stands for under Satan's authority. That's exactly what it stands for. Yeah, it's heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching. It really, truly is. But I want you to hear what Jesse Ventura has to say. Hope y'all have a blessed day.
And they're cowards. I'm on record of saying our judicial system in this country today is a bunch of cowards. They won't let me go to court. They won't let me have my day in front of a jury. Is that the American way? Well, my only way of fighting back, and I'll tell you this right now, I will never stand for a national anthem again. I will turn my back and I will raise a fist the same way Tommy Smith and John Carlos did back in the '68 Olympics. Jesse Ventura will do that today. The courts of the United States ruled against me, that I as a citizen and a former governor and a veteran am not allowed to go to court over my Bill of Rights or the Constitution. They said they don't have jurisdiction. Well, my question is, if the federal courts don't have jurisdiction over a constitutional question, then who the hell does? Who the hell does then? I believe that they're cowards. I believe they've got a yellow streak. They're avoiding lawsuits over our constitutional rights because they know if I go to court and I'm given a jury, I will win, and that'll open up Pandora's box, won't it? So it's simpler for the government to simply deny us our constitutional rights and deny us our day in court. I will tell you this, I have lost my patriotism. It's gone. And I say that with a deep heart, because I never thought that Jesse Ventura would say that he has no more patriotism left, because they've stripped me of it by not allowing me to have a day in court with a jury to determine if my Fourth Amendment rights are being violated. In light of the fact that I can't go to court on it or get a decision on it, I will never fly commercially again. I haven't flown commercially in almost a year because of the trial. Since I'm not allowed in court, well, then I guess I just simply can't fly anymore, because I will not, in what is a free country, be treated like a criminal. And in our airports today, we citizens are treated like criminals. We're guilty until we prove we're innocent. The First Lady and myself will be applying for Mexican citizenship.
You thinking about running for president of the United States, Governor?
I'm thinking about it. That's all, though. I'm thinking about it.
I mean, you think about this for a moment. Where is the country that we were taught about when we were being educated in the public school system? I mean, I don't think that there's nobody probably more offended at the things that are going on today than the veterans. Now, I'm not saying that veterans are any better than anybody else. No, we chose to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. We chose to go into the military, to be warriors, to defend our rights against all tyranny and all terrorists, foreign and domestic. It seems like we just have more domestic than we do foreign. And nobody's more disgruntled, nobody's more affected, nobody's heart is really torn apart, probably more than veterans. I mean, think about this for a second. Have you ever been outside of the United States of America and had a bullet ringing across your head or by your head or by your body? It's a very fearful situation. You don't know if you're ever going to make it back home or not. Most people never had that kind of experience. And then if you have the opportunity to make it back and don't come back in a body bag, you come back to a country that's not even a country. You come back to a country where it's been jacked by terrorists that are in elected offices. So I understand this anger and frustration very, 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 very well. I ask myself all the time, What kind of mindset was I in to think that I'm doing something honorable and just when I look at a system that is so unjust? Let me tell you something. The powers that be are going to use racism because they understand the minds of humans to divide the people. That's the reason why Pastor Dow despises and hates racism, all that is within my being. I don't care who it is. We're created a one blood, and if we don't come together as a people, and we don't unite as a people, we're going to fall, and we're going to fall hard, divided. And that's the truth, and that's the truth straightway.